Okay guys, well what we got going on is with the mulcher that we've got, that TFK90 OSMA, the machine needs a K-strain. So what I did is we've got a few items here I could show you. Where's the rest of it? Here's some of it, here's some of it. Okay, so what we're doing is I need a coupler up on the boom. I wanted something nice, so I bugged my buddy and he made me this. So all it is an aluminum block. He drilled 2 holes a little bit bigger than 5/16. So what I can do is I've got some nice flange head style bolts. Put them in there. They clear the side so it'll look nice. And then that's actually the next size up, but it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna make a plate, a threaded plate that goes on there so I can have this stood off, because as you can see, that's fairly parallel. It's real close to being, you know, exactly the same plane as the block. You know, just a little bit of R&D. I probably would have made it a little thicker. It was a little thicker and we milled it down. I probably would have left it thicker, knowing that. Thinking about, I mean, I kind of thought about it, but it looked pretty good. Anyways, and then our original nipple and the original plan, there's a return line going to your tank. And the original plan was to take the nipple out. It's 3/4 inch or 3/8 inch MPT. We were gonna spin this in there. I was gonna spin this into the original port of the tank, and then we were going to throw an elbow in it, throwing it around. We were gonna throw an elbow in it. Well, you get the point. We're gonna put an elbow in it and then come into it with a JIC6 line, a -6 line. Well, that plan has now changed because you can't put this in there and spin it into the tank. Well, I talked to Yanmar, and I've got a really good rep. We actually get in touch with the engineer for the United States market. I won't say his name because I don't want anybody bugging him, but I know his name. He kind of knows of me, I guess, because I come up with all this crazy stuff like this. You know, I've been trying to get hybrid tracks on my 50 for a while. And nobody can get me a set of steel rails for it to put some 13-inch pads on. I can get the 15-inch pads, but I don't know if I really want to go with a wider track on it. It shouldn't be that big a deal. Anyways, different story. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to make a plate and bolt this on. Also, what I did is I had Tompkins here in town. Not a plug or anything. There's just a hydraulic shop. I know another guy with a hydraulic shop, but he's further away. We were going to do this in his shop. He didn't have time for at least a week, if not 2 weeks. I really didn't want to wait. I've got a lot of people asking about this mulcher. We ran it. It was okay. I had my spindle speed a little higher. I thought I was supposed to be at 2,800 RPM. I was supposed to be at 2,600 RPM max. So that might have been why I was seeping a little bit out the output shaft. But I thought, you know what? It came with a K-strain hose. Let's just put a K-strain on the machine. That way, any mulcher we use, any brush hog we use, we can put a K-strain on it. It simplifies everything. That way, it's more correct. So what I did is, this is a 3/8 hard line, which is the same inside diameter as a JI6 fitting. And I just put a JI6 male. That's a JIC-6 male fitting on it. And both sides are the same. So what I'm gonna do, let's take you off the tripod. And I need to put a smaller piece of steel on that tripod because that magnet just holds unbelievably. Let's go ahead and address this too. So see that? That's upside down. That's my floor plate. Well, I won't say most. I know a lot of machines that I work on, they're bolted in. So you have to have tools basically to pull it out. Well, that's all well and fine because it gives it a nice positive securement. Well, until you get dirt, grime, rust, something like that. A lot of people don't have the ability to put their machine in the shop and it gets moisture in it, stuff like that. Then you pull the bolts out and they break off in the floor plate. I've had that happen a couple times. Granted, they were older machines, but it still happens. And then while I'm standing here, let me get a light. So this, I mean, it may not look like on camera that there's a lot of room. There is a lot of room in here. There's not a whole lot that I can really see that I would have to take multiple hoses off. So when I run the line in, I'm running it, I'll show you where I'm running it in there. I pushed it in, it came right here in this free clear space. It can run right through there, and then you can literally, this is one of my return hoses here. This here, that's one of my return hoses going up to the top. And I actually thought about teeing it down in here because it's a low pressure coming off of the pump. And I just really, I don't know, I'd rather dump it into the tank. And when you talk to Yanmar, going back to that, they actually make what they call a Thecon kit for a VIO55. Now I've got a 50, a little bit of difference, a little bit of different boom size and everything else. You know, everything's a little different on it. Not much, it's the same family, but it's not available in the U.S., in the U.S. market. So what they have to do is they have to, I'll just give you a little bit of education with, you know, how this stuff is going to work if you have a Yanmar. So in order to get it into the United States, they have to give it approved to get into the United States. Then they have to get pricing. They have to figure out shipment and all that, and then they'll get you a price. And then they will have to go through and get it ordered. It's probably a 3 or 4 month process. We're not waiting 3 or 4 months. We're going to do this, and we're going to get it done the next couple days. So most of the return lines on all the K-string stuff, like the hose that came with it, it's all JI6. Or, oh my gosh, why do I keep saying that? JIC, but it's all -6 line. Sorry, it's early in the morning, and I'm frustrated with what I got done yesterday. I wanted to get this done yesterday, and it didn't happen. Anyways, but it's all -6 line, all -6 fittings. So that's why I sized it at 3/8 and -6 materials. This is my coupler. That's a 1/2 inch hard line. But this is a 3/8 hard line, and it's literally, you probably can't see it. Maybe if I pull both ends off, you might be able to see it. But if you can look through there, let me see if I can get you to the light. If you look through there, that fitting, there we go. That fitting is the same size as the inside diameter of the tubing. So that's why I went with that. So what we're going to do is, it's already got a cavity here. I'm going to take this wire up and just move it to the top. This is probably a threaded hole. So what I might do is I might put one of them nice little, those things there, the little wire holder deals. I might put one of those there or something, but I don't think it's really necessary. I'm going to move this out and just have it up here, and it'll still carry on, you know, the same spot where it's at. And then I have a cavity here. I already have a cavity in the rubber. There's already a cavity in here that's about the right size hole. So I'm going to try to put it in that cavity, and then we'll have a hard line. I kind of sized it about like that, so it would end up about the same length up there and around the same length as this one here. I wanted to get a little bit past, and I wanted to have some room to kind of play with it. So, and it doesn't have to be exact. Yes, I got Yanmar touch-up paint. It doesn't really match exact, but I'm sure it'll fade in and it'll look fine. It doesn't stand out horribly. So we're gonna have a hard line there. And yes, I could have made the hard line bend and go up and around. This is fairly easy to bend. I just didn't want to have to run back and forth and have them braze. I haven't torch brazed in a while, and they've got a pressure tester they hooked us up to. So I didn't want to, you know, bend it all, take it back out there, come back, you know, tweak it, whatever, because it'd be a kind of a precision bend, if you would. I was going to have it come up here, kind of bend underneath, follow the rest of them, kind of go along there, go along there and then kind of bump out and then go on the outside with that other larger fitting that runs my thumb. But for the ease of things, and it ought to be totally fine, we're going to bolt this on, you know, inside this mount, and then I'm going to go from rubber line here, and it'll tuck in under here. We'll zip tie it to this line, and then it'll go under there. Let me get down here off the ladder, or off the machine, I guess, and get on the ladder. So then what we'll do is we'll come in along here, and then we'll probably go on top of this plate, and this one does not have anything drilled in it. So I have, you know, the nice heavier ones. My thought was I might do this and have that rubber line go into here, and it'll come across here because there's no empty cavity. There's kind of a smaller cavity under there, but I didn't want to really trust it. And there's a smaller cavity in between up top, but you know, and that's what I thought about doing hardline. You can't really go through here because there's the bolt there. So my thought was put it here, the cylinder, protect it. It's not that, you know, it's not that large of a line. I'm doing -6 with cover on it, so, you know, it's not horribly big. It's the size of 3/8 fuel line. And then I'm going to come through here, and then my thought was I'll get a longer bolt that protrudes out, and then I'll probably, which way was I going to go? I'll go this way, more than likely. Where's the bolt hole? There it is. So I'll go kind of like that, and then we'll just put a nut on the back side of this bolt here so it shares it. Hopefully you guys are in a decent spot there. Bolted to this one. I don't know. Hopefully I can get that back in there by myself. The girls are doing something over there. Oh yeah, that'll be good there. And then, oh, okay. There we go. That pulled out, put up there. Hold on. Put it there. Just kind of lift that up. I ought to be able to adjust that kind of whenever I need to. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, I'm torn. Should I put that? I could still probably put that line in there, or that wire in there. Let's see. Let's see what it looks like. I'm kind of torn because I want this towards the inside. So we did that. And still put that in there so it's protecting its inside. I think we're good. Let's do that. I like that. I don't like the fact that I was going to put it on the top. I didn't really love that decision. But that's kind of what I had to play with, and I don't know. I like that. Really nice mounts. I mean, if they have these big bungs that are welded, and they go all the way through the rubber. I don't know if you can see those, but that's pretty nice. And it's nice, at least they have a little bit of room in the cavities. I mean, not tons, but this -6 could easily be put in there. So that's probably good. I'm half tempted to put that on the inside, but I think it's fine. I mean, that'll sit there. Let's see what a hose looks like on it. Doesn't matter. Might as well grab that. It's gonna go on. Well, this little cover thing. came off. Yeah, I mean, I could put a zip tie on it. That's good. That's good. That's real good. Okay. Well, there's that. Hard line's put on. That took a minute. I mean, not horrible. Even if you're using a ratchet to pull these off, it won't take you a long, long time. Make sure those are started. We're going to leave it loose. I'm going to run this down a little bit. We'll leave them loose so I can slide that. But snug them down a little bit. I mean, it's got good hold, so that's not a problem. I wish that touch-up paint matched a little better, but it's all right. It's just because I'm really picky. All right, I was afraid I was going to lose that little plastic thing, and I lost a little plastic thing in the machine. It's not a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal. It freaks me out. I don't like stuff like that going on. But anyways, so my swing pipe, it's obviously curved. So I used the curve to get in there. So let's see how hard this is going to be to get in here with the hydraulic line. I don't know. I might be able to use the camera. Oh, there it is right there. See it? It is right there. See the hose? So let me see if I can grab it while I'm holding you guys in here. Like I said, I'm by myself. Okay, guys, I got Sammy to come over to help me real quick. Anyways, let's see, where's that? Push it down. Can you push it down? Yeah, I'm pushing. Huh? I'm pushing it down. All right. Oh, stop. Just a hair more. Stop. Push it down a little more. I can't. Okay, hang on. I got it. All right, push it to me. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah, I could probably. Okay, I can do that myself now. Thank you. All right. Well, there's that. So, as you can see, I didn't really need much. Just I couldn't exactly do it myself. I thought about cutting some swing pipe, and that's that irrigation hose that I showed you. I was going to cut some swing pipe, and I was going to fish it through like I did originally, and then I was going to tape it to the end. I do that quite a bit. You know, just basically a fish tape, if you will. But now, I can kind of get this hose in here myself. Let's see. Where's it going here? That goes up in there somewhere. Let's see if we can go see that on the other side, inside where the hydraulic tank is. Let's grab the. I can probably see, but you guys might not without a flashlight. So, and I mean, there's ways around all this if you don't have help at all. You know, you could have, like coat hanger, or I used to do that a lot when I was a kid, because I never really had anybody helping me. Okay, I don't know if you can see it down there, but it is, well, the camera and the flashlight wants to occupy the same space. See that brand new black hose down there? That's us. So, let me see. Let's see if we can maybe reach down there and grab it. Oh, I can touch it. Come on, baby. Like, baby. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. There it is. There it is. Okay, so let's get that captured somehow. There we go. That'll stay up there, so then we'll put our fitting in and that'll come up right to that. So let's go back in here. Oh, my camera's not charging off my battery. Or it shows it's not. So I may have to stop the video here a little quicker than what I'd like. So obviously all the slack isn't pulled out. So here's our hose. Oh my gosh, don't do that. Push a little more slack out and get our hose started on here like so. This is why I'm gonna buy one of them camera mount things to put on my freaking head. I'll look like a bozo, and my thought was go there and then we'll be married to these hoses. So that's about the length that I wanted outside. And then we should have plenty of slack in here. Oh yeah, we've got plenty of slack in here. Okay, so 102 will work there. Like I said, I'll put a clamp on one of those. I mean, my thought was I'll put it there on this one and hold the hose there. But I may change my mind and put it on that side and then marry it, because if I put it here, it's kind of rub on that little edge there, and if I put it there, that'll be a little better, and I can still marry it to the pair. Make sure I got enough slack out here so when I pivot everything, it's good. So that hose is good. And I'm going to try to figure out what my real time was on this. But as of right now, I really don't have a lot of time in it. To be honest with you. Oh man, grease like it's going out of style. It's because I greased my machine. Yeah. Man, oh man. And then the thought was it would go in there. That crowd cylinder, and it would go there. I mean, even real time with moving the camera and stuff, this doesn't take long. I mean, it's more in prep than anything. So my thought was we would go on the inside of that and we'd be about there. It looks like I did pretty good on my measurements. All right, so I didn't think about it. I was pulling the filter housing off. If you guys haven't ever done a hydraulic filter in these, they're all relatively the same. Takeuchi, Yanmar, everybody else. It's usually a spring-loaded filter. And all I did is I took the bolts out there. I took the bolts around the filling base. But here's your lid. I'll put it somewhere clean after we get done. And you always have a spring that goes on top of your filter. It gets pushed down from here. You'll have an O-ring. This has got low enough hours on it. I'm not worried about replacing the O-ring and whatnot. I mean, I thought about replacing the filter just because, but I'll probably wait. And then you pull your filter up out of it. There's your little diaphragm plunger deal. And then you pull your filter up out of it. I don't have to pull the filter out of it. So I'm going to get these somewhere clean. And then I'm just going to pull. This should be O-ringed also. That's heavier than what you would think. Anyways, I'm going to pull that off. You see how thick this is? So I can literally have David drill that and tap that. That's all they do here is drill and tap those. So anyways, I'm going to get that pulled up off of there. It's got hydraulic fluid on it. It's kind of hydraulically holding it down. But I'm going to get this somewhere clean and safe, wrap it up in a towel, put it in the toolbox, and we'll get that off, but I figured I'd show you that real quick. So if you change your filter, you would just pull these 3 bolts off, and then this goes in there, your spring goes in there, that's your little spring cup deal, and then your plate goes on top of it. So anyways, that's how you would do your filter. And like I said, there's your filter. You just pull it up out of there. Anyways, and it will be messy, so have a bucket or a pan or something, because it'll have fluid all in it. But anyways, I just figured I'd show you guys that real quick. Okay, so I wanted to show you this. So I thought all this was this, and it had a cup in the bottom. Nope. That's why I couldn't pull it out without pulling the filter out. So if you're doing this, this is your piece. It's a lot bigger than what I thought. I'd never had a reason to take this out before. I just assumed that it was this, and then it kind of had a cup in the bottom of the filter housing. Nope, you get a whole filter housing. So hopefully we can still clamp this in the mill